right. Black, 4-2 with the body. 2 shots.
Jackie will shoot 2 free throws here. His team down by 2 with 2 seconds left on the clock.
All right, gentlemen, relax on the first one. We got 2 here.
Oh, Jackie. Don't worry, guys, I got these. I'm very good at free throws. Seriously, free throws are probably the best facet of my game.
Are you serious?
What, you never seen me shoot free throws before?
He's shooting granite style, let him do his thing.
Always has.
As you move up the financial roster, you will quickly realize that achieving success is simple. But like most things, it is not easy. Financial success is simple because it does not require complex calculations to produce results. Anyone with an ounce of determination and discipline can excel, but it requires a little sweat equity. Free throws. In basketball, free throws are unopposed attempts to score points from a restricted area on the court. They require concentration and practice. Making these unguarded 15-foot shots in a tight game often separates the winners from the losers. Similar to success at the free throw line, financial success requires practice.
Preparing for a potential rebound. Second free throw, my goodness.
I'm not sure what that was. Good Lord.
Darius Morris, good looks to, as you mentioned, the 41st pick in the draft in 2011. White House, uh-oh.
Y'all ready for this?
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Saving. One of the most powerful and effective strategies for building wealth is creating a savings account. A savings account is a bank account where you place money in order to save it for the future. To save money effectively, put away 10 to 30% of your allowance or paycheck into a savings account. In the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, George S. Clason writes that what each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our income, unless we protest to the contrary. Confuse not the necessary expenses with thy desire. You have more desire than your earnings can gratify. Saving money is one of the easiest things to do, but is often overlooked. Saving can be done in any point in your life. You can start in 2 weeks or 2 months, but the best time is always now. The earlier you start, the more you'll have later.
One of the best things you can do to help your children become financially stable as adults is to instill in them the habit of saving money. Next, have a place to save. Financial situations can change quickly. For that reason, kids should get in the habit early of putting something away every time they get money. Whether it's a piggy bank, an envelope labeled Save or Savings Account. Help your children have a place where they can save their money and keep track of it. Make sure they understand that this money is for reaching a goal, not for spending immediately.
Investing. There are only two ways to make more money: working more hours or having your money work for you. Why not sit back and watch your money grow? How is this possible, you ask? Investing. Invest by buying assets. An asset is an item of value, such as stocks and bonds. You can purchase stocks and bonds through online brokers. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, says, "You must know the difference between an asset and a liability, and buy assets. If you want to be rich, this is all you need to know. It is rule number 1. It's the only rule." Like shooting free throws, the practice of saving and investing is simple, but not easy. You must continue to practice and have your money work for you.
He's only 14, but Damon Williams is already walking in the shoes of a seasoned investor.
Well, tell me, what are you worth?
I think I'm a shade over 50,000 right now.
How much?
50,000 right now in my portfolio.
You're 14 years old?
Yeah.
You know, when I was 14, I was thinking about riding horses, not the stock market. Aside from that thing about being a super successful investor, Damon's a pretty normal kid. He doesn't always clean his room, as you can see, but he is a top student and a model.
Pumping up and down is Mr. Elo.
Actor. And the starting point guard for his varsity team.
Yep, it's gone.
But this is where he really scores big.
I've gained $1,000 in coach.
You gained $1,000 over how long? How do you find out? How do you research stocks?
There's tons of websites about that you can go. Or you can go directly through the company and go to their website.
And what are you looking for? What do you study?
Like, you know, certain gauges, like a P ratio or, you know, dividend yields, growth over the last 5 years. It has to go up consistently because, you know, history repeats itself. I look for the growth rate has to be at least 15%.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, can't you just go play a video game or something?
Yeah, but it'd be much more cool to know that I own a piece of the company that makes that video game.
Ah, right. And remember those shoes we saw a minute ago? Well, they're what got Damon started investing in the first place.
I'm an avid basketball player, and I love the basketball trends. So there are a new pair of Jordans coming out, and of course I wanted them.
And your mom said?
No, she didn't really want to buy them. So she said I had to save up to buy a share of Nike before I could buy another pair of shoes.
That's because Damon's mom learned some tough lessons of her own. It was the 1990s. Deep in debt, April Williams figured she'd teach herself and her son some financial discipline. Damon got it, and today he has 54 shares of Nike stock, along with a whole lot of shoes.
How many of these things do you have?
So I probably get about 10 pairs of Nikes a year.
His secret? He says his shoes are like money. Both are compounding over time.
It compounds on interest, and it grows faster than the rate of inflation.
I really wanted to know if he's tempted to trade in and out of his stocks.
No, I'm not really that much of a fickle investor like that. I'm more of a buy and hold type of guy.
He, quite frankly, is sort of off the charts ahead of his peers.
And it turns out, many adults.
What financial ratio does a stock analyst consider when evaluating a company?
I have to say either a P ratio or return on equity or earnings per share.
What are unrealized gains?
Unrealized gains is the money you've made on paper. Cash would be the realized gains.
Damon's even teaching other kids how to research stocks. So where'd he get all his experience anyway?
Did you learn it from the Rich Dad Poor Dad guy, Robert Kiyosaki?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Did you learn it from Susie Orman?
You can do anything you want when it comes to your money.
No, she knows what she's talking about, but I don't think she taught me much.
How about Jim Cramer?
I think you should back up this truck, Chevron.
He's very entertaining, but I don't learn much from him.
Now, when I'm posting you, I'm backing you in, right?
Yeah.
I taught him to be excited about being an owner, to own a piece of Walgreens, to own a piece of the company that made that Happy Meal for him that he was always begging for. Or, of course, as we know, to own a piece of Nike for all those gym shoes he has to have.
He's clearly a young man already comfortable in his own shoes and ready to put the wingtips of Wall Street on notice.